प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। स्वस्ति श्रीमदखिलाण्डकोटिब्रह्माण्डनायकानां निखिलजगदाधार सृष्टिस्थितिसंहार तिरोभाव अनुग्रह पञ्चकृत्यपरायणानां वेदोद्धरणार्थं धर्मोद्धरणार्थं च चित्रावती तीरे अतिसौम्य पुट्टपर्तिक्षेत्रे कृतावताराणाम् उरगशयनानां पण्णगविभूषितानां काषायाम्बरकपोलपलकजटामकुटमण्डितानाम् अभयहस्तप्रदानां साधुमानसशोभितानां सर्वमतैक्यस्वरूपाणां प्रेमाभिवर्षाणां प्रियवचनानां सकलप्राणिषु स्नेहप्रेमप्रबोधकानां मानवसेवा एव माधवसेवा इति प्रबोधकानाम् अर्थिनाम् अपेक्षितार्थदायिनां सकलजीवानां जीवनाधारभूत विद्य वैद्य अन्न जलादि जीविका प्रदात्रेणां प्रेमभरित सेवा संकलित मार्ग प्रदर्शकानां तद्वारा सर्वभूतेषु आत्मभावप्रबोधकानां सत्य धर्म शांति प्रेम अहिंसाख्य सन्मार्ग प्रतिष्ठापकानां पुट्टपर्ति भुवन चक्रवर्ती श्री 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 सत्य साईश्वराणां चरणकमलयोः सप्रेमपूर्वकं नमस्कारान् समर्पयामः। ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
जय शुभ मंगलदायका विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायका
जय शुभ मंगलदायका विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायका
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
जय 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 गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका
जय 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 गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका
जय शुभ मंगलदायका विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायका
जय शुभ मंगलदायका विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायका
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गौरी नंदन
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन जय 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 गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका
सुंदर शशांक शेखर
विभूति सुंदर शशांक शेखर
विभूति सुंदर शशांक शेखर
विभूति सुंदर शशांक शेखर
साई शंकर दया करो
साई शंकर दया करो
साई शंकर दया करो
साई शंकर दया करो
गुरुदेवा प्रिय देवा साई देवा दयामया
गुरुदेवा प्रिय देवा साई देवा दयामया
गोकुल नंदन साई गोपाला
गोकुल नंदन साई गोपाला
रघुकुल भूषण साई रामा
रघुकुल भूषण साई रामा
गोकुल नंदन साई गोपाला
गोकुल नंदन साई गोपाला
रघुकुल भूषण साई रामा
रघुकुल भूषण साई रामा
हे मदनांतक दया करो
हे मदनांतक दया करो
हे मदनांतक दया करो
हे मदनांतक दया करो
गुरुदेवा प्रिय देवा साई देवा दयामया
गुरुदेवा प्रिय देवा साई देवा दयामया
गोकुल नंदन साई गोपाला
गोकुल नंदन साई गोपाला
रघुकुल भूषण साई रामा
रघुकुल भूषण साई रामा
हे मदनांतक दया करो
हे मदनांतक दया करो
हे मदनांतक दया करो
हे मदनांतक दया करो
देवा प्रिय देवा साई देवा दयामया
मंदिर में आओ माधवा
मंदिर में आओ माधवा
मन मंदिर में आओ माधवा
मंदिर में आओ माधवा
माधवा केशवा
माधवा केशवा
माधवा केशवा
माधवा केशवा
मंदिर में आओ माधवा
मंदिर में आओ माधवा
आदि नारायण अनंत साई
आदि नारायण अनंत साई
आत्मनिवासी
आओ आओ आत्मनिवासी
राधा लोला रघुमाई विठला
राधा लोला
Sathya Sai Padambhujam Bhajare Manasa Nirantaram
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 Param Pavitram Pavan Charanam
परम पवित्रं पावन
Param
चरणं
Pavitram Pavan Charanam
परम पवित्रं
Parimal Dahanam Shri Guru Charanam
परिमल दहनं श्री गुरु चरणं
Bhava Bhayanashana Durita Nivarana
भव भयनाशन दुरित निवारण
Bhava Bhayanashana Durita Nivarana
भयनाशन दुरित निवारण
Pati Purishwar Pankaj Charanam
अतिपुरीश्वर
पंकज चरणं
Pati Purishwar Pankaj Charanam
अतिपुरीश्वर पंकज चरणं
Bhajare Manasa Nirantaram
भजरे मानस निरन्तरं
Bhajo Bhajare Manasa Nirantaram
भजरे मानस निरन्तरं
Sathya Sai Padambhujam Bhajare Manasa Nirantaram
सत्य साई पादाम्बुजं भजरे मानस निरन्तरं
Param Pavitram Pavan Charanam
परम पवित्रं पावन चरणं
Parimal Dahanam Shri Guru Charanam
श्री गुरु चरणं
Bhava Bhayanashana Durita Nivarana
भव भयनाशन दुरित निवारण
Pati Purishwar Pankaj Charanam
अतिपुरीश्वर पंकज चरणं
Bhajare Manasa Nirantaram
भजरे मानस निरन्तरं
Bhajo Bhajare Manasa Nirantaram
भजरे मानस निरन्तरं
Bhajo Bhajare Manasa Nirantaram
भजरे मानस निरन्तरं
Bhaja Bhajare Manasa Nirantaram
भजरे मानस निरन्तरं
Sathya Sai Padambhujam Bhajare Manasa Nirantaram Shanti Shanti Shanti
Sairam, everyone. Sairam. We're truly blessed, right after retreat. We're still soaking that energy, and we're going to continue more divine energy from our esteemed guest, Dr. Surendra Upadhyay. Now, by profession, he is an ophthalmologist, and you can actually, because I want to save some time for him rather than going over his bio, because we would like him to share with us. So I just wanted, you can just go on the next slide. Yes, so we all, we can all read that, he is the example to service to man is a service to God, as he has been conducting many medical camps internationally with Swami's blessings and grace. And for me, Dr. Upadhyay, can go to the next one. Dr. Upadhyay, as an ophthalmologist, actually he's taking the concept of a vision physically and spiritually. So he is going with a spiritual vision, with his compassion, passion, and empathy. To me, he's the male version of Mother Teresa. So let's please join me to invite him over, and let's hear from him. Dr. Upadhyay.
My humble salutation in the lotus feet of our beloved Lord. I think we can address him with many names, and I think suddenly which came to my mind, I think the best way of salutation him, because we are in such a wonderful temple. Sai Sathya Sai Shirdi Lord Venkatesha. Salutation to you and all to you as well, because he lives in your heart as well. I'd like to correct sister and Raltru. Firstly, I don't conduct the medical camp. I am just a simple medical instrument, and Swami conducts everything. As I said in retreats also, he gives us the credit. He gives you the strength, he gives you the energy, he gives the means, and in the end, everything he doesn't give the credit as well. And also one thing you said, the guest speaker, that makes me like I am miles away from the Sai family. So I am very much part of the Sai family, and please, none of us the guest, once you are with the Sai, and this is what the wonderful thing, doesn't matter which part of the world you go, up in the Himalayas, or you are in the Siberia, or you're in South America, or any part of the world, one thing you feel that you are part of one family. And that I have realized traveling all these places which I have probably before never heard the names, where I have gone, some small villages and in Africa. But when you go there, suddenly you feel that you are part of the family. The moment you see this wonderful Sai brothers, and especially I like to salute to our beautiful Sai Gopikas and the Sai Gopalas. To see them, it gives us a wonderful encouragement. Today's journey was a little bit longer than expected, 5 hours. But the moment we heard this uplifting bhajan, it has literally transported you to, our abode of Prashanti. Please give a big hand to our bhajan singers and music accompaniments. Thank you very much for giving that divine energy. Swami has once said, actually, the bhajan is the generator which gives you that energy, transform that energy into seva. How integral part these two things are. And Krishna Prayagji, when he was singing that bhajan, and Pradosh was asking me that, do you remember any scenic journey? So now I remember some memorable journey. This is the bhajans actually. Swami, during the Swami's 60th birthday, every morning, Swami will come to the Prashanti Vedika. And there was, very large number of medics and general volunteers who participated in Swami's 60th birthday. Some 60 villages were selected actually to, small, 9 big villages, but small helmet altogether because they wanted to make that number. And this was one bhajan. Swami will come in the morning, he will break the coconut, sprinkle all of us, and he say, "Go monkeys." So we do not know what Swami meant. But later on his birthday, he clarified, I will say in the end. And I remember, the moment you sit in the bus, every single day when this bhajan was sing, what Krishna Prayagji is saying. So I remember, thank you very much taking us to that wonderful journey. I remember as Swami is standing there, breaking the coconut, sprinkling the water on us, and then you are going to do the seva. One thing was common, doesn't matter where you are working. One constant thing was that start with the bhajan, doesn't matter what time in the evening, it finishes with the bhajan. And then what reward you get? The Saima is pacing in the veranda till the last truck and the last volunteer has entered the Prashanti Nilaya, Swami will not eat and he will not go to the room. That is the love of Sai Mother. Thank you, Swami, for showering this wonderful love on all of us. And then suddenly your prayers are, Swami, there is nothing in the world. Just give us the opportunity so we can do something. And from there it all started with Swami's wonderful thing. And Pradosh was asking actually about the journey, so I thought what I will talk. The moment you enter any country or wherever you go, you meet wonderful devotees who come to collect you at the airport or where you're traveling from A to B. And Swami says, they are not your people who are driving you. Swami has used wonderful word. They are the Sarathis. Krishna, they are taking you. From that very moment, you are getting the energy of his love because they are doing service to you there. So you remember that. And that journey doesn't matter whether it is 1 hour journey, whether it is with Muthu Kumar or with Lalit taking me from A to B, or it is 5 hours journey with Pratibha and Pradosh. It just goes only in satsang. Nothing else. No other things come into that. That is the journey of our life. And that is what Swami says. Whenever you get the opportunity, it doesn't matter what is happening in the world. At least use this time in this satsang, whether it is bhajan or it is talking about the Swami. And you will see the time will stop for you. Time will stop for you. That, Time Lord says the time is stopped for you just to understand what love is. Because that love is there, only thing we are not ready to receive it. So each and every moment when we meet, we try to talk something, at least one thing about Swami and take that message to home. So again, we were talking about the journey and how the journey, because I was thinking what I will speak. So I will try about one wonderful journey, how our action can transform the people. You don't have to lecture the people. Swami has simply said, act as I say. Your action can either deter the people from me or bring the people to me. Swami talks about you are his messenger. And what are the messenger's duty is to bring the glory. That is what Hanuman did. Wherever he went there, his way, like he doesn't need the introduction, like you have to say who the Dr. Upadhyay and other things like that. When we went to the Ravan's court and Ravan asked him, oh Vanra, who you are? He did not say, I'm Anjana's son and Vayuputra and all those things. He said, I am the servant of Rama who has killed Trisha, Bali, Khar, Dushan, and I am the servant of the God. That introduction was enough. How many of we, when meet our people, we say that I'm so and so and I'm Sai devotee? How many of us can say that? I know one of my colleagues, you have heard this story actually of Professor Ornott, when he received a lifetime achievement award actually, when people talk at least 2.5 pages of his introduction and everything, and he simply went there. I don't know what you're talking about me, but I know only one thing. I'm the devotee of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who has made me a better human being, and he has given me mantra, you are a kind man and work for the mankind. In the Lifetime Achievement Awards in San Diego, how many people will stand in the professional office and they say, I am Sai devotee, can you do that? How many of us we can have the courage to say, that is what Swami watches. That you are Sai devotee among the Sai colleagues, but have you got? But this, wherever I have went, I have seen there. And this is the story of journey, how your actions. We were asked to go in a medical camp. That's the last village in the Nepal and India border. You go from Muradabad and then you go to Almora, and there is another 60 miles up in the Himalaya there. So in order to take a lot of supply, that medicine, equipments, and your luggage and all those things. So you have a bus, and then you have got a truck in which you load all these things, so it is follows there. And those people who have traveled up in the Himalaya, like Kedarnath, Badrinath, or Kashmir, you know how the roads are There is a mountain, 10,000, there is a gorge, 10,000. Many of the people who have not traveled because it's a winding road, they won't even look. Some people feel sick, nauseatic as well. But what was keeping them not to have the fear? Throughout journey, the bhajans. And it keeps you with Swami and nobody bothered about it. There was a place where there was a landslide day before. And when this struck down, he was Sardarji Sikh's gentleman. He stopped there and he came to our organizer and he said, you people did not tell me that where you are going. You said that is a nice road and everything. You gave me the name. Those days, there's no, the GP system where you can see where you are going. He said, because he wanted some money to help us. He said, it is so risky because many a times, because he's a big truck, many a time his one of the tire almost gone to the corner because roads were so narrow. He was very upset. So once we reached to that village, and he came and told us, I will teach you a lesson. It is late in the evening. I cannot do because it's dark. Tomorrow morning I'm going. You carry all this thing on your head to 60 miles to Almora from there. I am going. And we knew if he goes there, we are stuck. How can we take? What can we do? We said, sir, while going back, we make sure that you are comfortable. He said, no. You people have to, because he was already paid, so that was no problem. What to do? We were all busy how to set up the camp because next morning camp has to be started, and we realized that first day they have already registered 500 villages for the morning session. And we had a small number of the doctors there. And we have to take everything to the hilltop. In those parts, you have seen that in that Himalayan region, Nepal and everywhere, you have got no flat surface. So there was a school and there is a little places. So we have to pitch the tents for the registration, and then next one is the triaging, and then after that you have got different places. There are few rooms from the school which we can use to see the patient, especially examining ladies and small children. So there was not much places. Some people slept in the school and veranda. Some people have there is small place where we are supposed to have stored our medicine. So after all these things, by the time we set up anything, it was almost midnight. So I had one of the doctor actually. He's like you call internal medicine, we call it general practitioner. Very hard-working man. His name is Dr. Vishwanathan. After all finishing, he went and he suddenly saw that there was no place. Everybody, wherever they found, they got their sleeping bag and they were sleeping there. He could not find any place there. So he saw that there was in the veranda near the door, that 3 people were sleeping. So he also went and slept. And he had his sleeping bag. So he slept, and suddenly he saw the person sleeping next to him. He didn't have much. He did not even have a blanket. He had only a chadar. So he felt very bad, and he put his sleeping bag very nicely. And then what chadar he had, he rolled and put under the head of that man. And that's it. And this fellow slept without any chadar. It's very cold up in the mountain, must be about 2 degrees or 3 degrees. Sai Ram. He had his jacket, he put all around and all those things. I did not realize what was happening. We were all having early morning tea, villagers brought the nice masala tea, and you were having in the, this earthen pot they call chukkad in Himalayas. So we were having the tea, and suddenly this man comes with tears in his eyes, and he just went to the picture. We had set up Swami's altar because in the morning he just bowed down there and started crying. He said, sir, I'm very, very sorry what I said yesterday. Please forgive us. So I thought probably he had a dream of Guru Nanak Dev and all those that don't be like this. You will be spoiling our name of Sikh, because Sikhs are really known for their charity, for langar and doing all the service, whatnot. So I asked what has happened. He says, sir, I got up at about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock to go to bathroom, and I saw this doctor was having nothing on him, and he put his sleeping bag to me. If you people have got that much love for a driver, I really salute your master. I just want to tell you, I will work here, give me any job. I will carry the people from the road to here on my shoulder. And whenever you need any of the service, any part of India, you have got my truck without any money. Look at that Your action has transformed that man. And he was true to his word. Throughout, wherever we went, we called him. He was an Amrik Singh. He will always come to the camp. So how important what Swami simply says, your action, not my words, but your action, what I have taught you, will change the people. In the same medical camp, to continue the story actually, that how the things Swami arranges, we think we are going to medical camp to do some operation or do something to cure the people, but he has got a bigger agenda. It was our second or third day during the medical camp, and we were full swing, and more people coming from the villages, and it went to the extent that it's become a problem for the crowd control. So the collector of that area came, and he said, we did not realize you people have not asked for an assistant. You should have asked at the district police officer to have a crowd control, because something can go wrong, anybody can fall and anything happen. So we realized, so we looked at our local organizer. He missed that particular point. So we said, very sorry. So that collector says, don't worry, Sai Ram to you all. I am also one of the Swami's devotee. My father is a big time Sai devotee, and I am from Kerala and all those things. You need any assistance, I am here for you. He overruled the things which we missed. Can you imagine? You are up in the Himalayas. There is a man who comes who has been through Swami's, Bal Vikas and gone to education, human value, and Swami made him an IAS officer to go there. Do you think we do anything? This problem could have been a big problem for us if the collector did come, because police, you know how they are. They would say, somebody stop the medical camp, you cannot do. Something you miss, but our Lord never miss anything. But he has got some instrument already there to help you out. So everything was going well, and everybody was trying to push themselves to get registered, to be seen by the doctor, one side the ladies and one side the men, and it was very, very difficult. If somebody was supposed to come down to get something, it was very difficult to go through. Suddenly, one of the volunteers brought a man who was covered with the blanket. And when he entered there, I do not know that how the Moses, when he went to the Red Sea and it parted, and that I have seen, but I have seen the crowd was like a sea, and the moment this man came, the crowd parted, like the Red Sea. So I was wondering why everything. He was a gentleman who was suffering from leprosy. And he was thrown out of that village, and he was living outside the village. So some of the volunteers went and said that, look, the doctors have come, why not to come? So he said, no, I don't want to face anyone, especially these villagers. He was very badly humiliated. They went to the extent that they told his son and daughter-in-law, if you get in touch with him, we will throw you out of the village as well. So poor chap living outside the village under the tree. So our volunteers, they went for the Narayan Seva, and they suddenly saw. With the great reluctance, he came there, and he said, don't treat me. Just kill me. I don't want to die, because, our Hindu mythology said that if you commit suicide, you will become a ghost and that thing. So said, he kill me. So I said, don't be like this. We'll see what we can do. And he was quite badly affected, And luckily, I had an opportunity to work with the lepers. Swami always gives you the training with Mother Teresa, and we have done a medical camp in Titagarh, and she has got a huge, big leprosy center. She has taken each and every leper from the street of Titagarh, and they have given a great dignity. They have got their houses, they have given the job of the carpenter, tailors, and all those things. And you remember the famous saris she wears, the white sari, the blue. Those saris are made by Mother Teresa. That is, not Mother Teresa, but these lepers. And she wears them with great pride. Chappals and wooden furniture, everything. And people started buying the thing from them, so they have got a little, exposure to little business also. But this is because she wanted to give them the dignity. She will go and sit down and eat with them. She was not worried because she wanted to teach us. So luckily, Swami has given me opportunity how to teach. So I was trying to tell these people that, look, it is not like that you touch and you will get this thing. But, villagers and villages, nobody wanted to listen to that one. So we have got some European English people speaking people with us. So they had a center table. So in between, if somebody is want a cup of tea or something, rather than going down to these things, these people used to keep something and some biscuits for the small children who are there with the parents. So this one. So these people, what they did after we said that this gentleman, can you somebody take them to one of the tents and clean them? What they did, these two ladies, actually, one name was Jenny and another was the Carol. One of them is nurse and one is the lady who used to work in hospice in London. So they took it in the full view of the people. They removed the blanket and they started cleaning him. This fellow put the blanket on the head and people from the crowd are shouting, why you are touching, what are you doing? After all these things, the bandage and all those things, because we did not have the medicine which we are supposed to give, we have to get it from Moradabad. So we are asking somebody may go and bring the medicine. So we are just trying our best to, and I also felt bad that he should not be, so I went and told Carol that don't do this. This man feels a bit humiliated. You are in front of exposing his, didn't have the toes or fingers and part of the nose was missing. This is not right. He says, no, doctor, these people must know that doing the thing, why we should hide. Now these people should not. These people were shouting from there, and you won't believe some of the people left the camp. They didn't want to be the part, because what they saw. On the top of that, what these people did, they made a nice cup of tea and biscuit and gave in the same cup, and they also were sitting and drinking with them. That sort of strength come only when you have got, the store, the ocean of strength with you, otherwise will not go. Just to cut the story short, actually, we kept him about 5 days in one of the tents and they will go and clean it. Seeing the love of the people and the care of the people, this fellow started getting little bit hope. So he used to tell, when you people go, can you take you with me? Because what I will do after these people do the same thing and who will treat? So that time everybody was busy. We did not think what will happen to him. The day came, everything comes to an end. So we were going. About 4 o'clock, we started winding the camps and other things like that. We have got Swami's picture and altar. So that was the last thing to be, packed up, because we do the arti every time when we finish, and then we'll go. This man was brought there. That time stuck to me. What I'm going to do with this man? Where he'll go? Will he go back outside under the tree where there is a small tin hut where he is living? In this such a extreme cold weather, because temperature falls up in the Himalaya sometime to -10. So he's wondering, what can we do? Shall we take him in the bus to Moradabad and to try to arrange him to send it to Calcutta, to Mother Teresa's home and all those? But it also required little permission and taking in all those things, what to do and those. Still, I've been contemplating, and we are trying to want to get out before it gets dark. Bus was loading, everything was going. This man was, Amrik Singh was there. He was doing his best, actually, as much as we can, load everything. Everything was done. Swami says, love my timing and uncertainty. Everything has gone into the bus. This man is still standing there. And now, some of us are just carrying the Swami's picture, because normally we put the Swami's picture and tie with the front, where drivers sit there, so that you have got the picture singing bhajan, you have got Swami's vision. It was a laminated picture. This man said, sir, can you do one thing? Please give me this picture. When you go, at least I have got something. Out of all the things, he wanted Swami's picture. And we thought, yes, I think we can give that one. Look at the Swami's timing. One of our young lady, she lifted that picture and gave it to his hand. The moment he received the picture, a couple just walked in. Just walked. And he bowed down with his wife, touched his feet. He says, Father, I'm not worried about the villager. Let them throw. I will take you in my house. Whatever happens, it cannot do. I could not believe these were all 5 days. I have not seen this couple at all. How they developed the courage in all those things. I asked her, who are you? She said, I am that unfortunate son who did not know that what fathers is. When they thrown, I was more worried about me and my wife, that what will happen to us. But what we have seen, the love, your Swami has given me the strength. I said, how? He said, I had a dream last night. So I said, what did dream? He said, Baba came and he said, Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava. This is your God. You be with them and I will see nothing will happen to you. And that is what happened. We think we do the medical camp. Just your little action and love has transformed that Kamal, and Swami has traveled all the way from Puttaparthi to give him the vision to change him. That is called transformation. We just think that we go and treat few people. In every single camp I have seen, there is something Swami has already set to show the drama and to show him his compassion, his love. When we talk about compassion and love, many people, they talk about, what do you feel when you go to the camp? You know, when I like a lot of young people to come to the medical camps, because Swami said, make your mission that more and more young people join, because that is your strength later on. They are my torchbearer and they will continue the Swami's mission further. They will take Swami's name. So I remember when we were just passing, actually, went past Baltimore, I saw very well, I remember 2009, and I spoke. And after that, I've got a lot of people from America, they started joining. They were doing the medical before, but they started joining. One of them asked, we heard about this camp in Russia, Ukraine, and all those things. You talk about that. Their love is like what the Gopika and Gopis, they were madly in what, with Lord Krishna. And you always describe. So I said, it is very, very difficult to describe in words. You have to come and see. And one such doctor is here, Rajeshwari. I'll ask her that if she can just say a few words, what did she notice? What she has not noticed when she goes to work in, as a doctor, you have got same love she's given. She has got that same thing here also. But if you just say, what has inspired you the most?
Is it? Okay, Sairam. I came unprepared, okay, so just bear with me. So the first thing I want to say is just a little a preface to tell you how I met Dr. Upadhyay. The first medical camp I went to was in Guyana, and Piyush Ghayal, he said, oh, Rajeshwari, you're an ophthalmologist, what will you do over there? So I said, I'm okay, I'll be a physician assistant. I'll check BP for your patients. He's a cardiologist. Check BP for your patients, check the pulse, that kind of thing, I'm fine. But the first day we went, there were like 1,500 patients who showed up, and about 600 were for ophthalmology. Because at that time in Guyana, there were only 7 ophthalmologists, all in Georgetown. And every day we would leave every camp, and people would be running after the van saying, can you see us, can you see us? It was so heartbreaking that when we came back, I told Yatish Merchant, that we can't do this, and there are so many cataracts, we should go back. So next time we contracted with the Georgetown General Hospital, and then Dr. Upadhyay's team, he brought a team from England. Yeah. You had fellows, and you had optometrists, and the whole team, and we did surgery in the hospital, Georgetown Hospital. But talking about the big picture that you said, we ended up doing like 30 or 40 in the 1 week that we were there, but there was a huge backload of cataracts. But the point of this thing is that after we left, Bob Singh told me in a couple of years, it made the local people aware of the need for ophthalmologists, and in New Amsterdam, one of the places, they built a whole eye hospital. Yeah. So that was the big, so what little thing we did was not the big thing. He had a bigger dream. But since then, I decided I was not going anywhere without Dr. Upadhyay's team. So everywhere, Ukraine, Russia, wherever we went to St. Petersburg, and just before COVID, 2019, went to Ukraine twice, then we went to Guyana twice, went to Haiti. All the places, like Dr. Upadhyay says, every place, the Sai family is amazing. You don't feel you're like in a strange place. And these Russian-speaking countries, their service is amazing. They have teams from Ukraine, Russia, Kazakhstan, all these places. And every year they would conduct camps in every place. And the whole team would go from, all the countries would join in the camp in one place. Then they go to the other country. So now it's kind of sad that, the war is really sad. And the only thing we can do is help them with money maybe. But I don't know what else. Yeah, the Ukrainian people are really, we had lots of fun. They would greet us with those local dances and all those celebrations. And it's true. And I met many wonderful people because of all these camps. Thank you, Dr. Upadhyay.
Thank you, Rajeshwari. Sometimes we fear when you go to the medical camps for the infection and other things. Sometimes we get 3 generations in the same medical camp. Mother-in-law, father-in-law, then daughter and son, and then little children, because these people travel 4,000, 5,000 miles, and they cannot leave their children. So these have got 3 groups actually. One is Bal Vikas, they have got to bring their teachers also. So when the parents go to the medical camp, now there is a Bal Vikas class, then there is a bhajan singing. And we are some of the medical camps, we had such celebrated singers like Dana Gillespie. She will join, and in the kitchen she is working, and people will be attracted to the kitchen because she is singing. Probably you know about Dana Gillespie. So these are the people Swami sent it to give the joy to the people. There is, to learn the humility of the people, sometimes you have got extraordinary thing. Swami has, in everything, Swami has got a message. There is a lady, actually, she is one of the, probably, Rajeshwari will remember her. She is one of the very celebrated opera singer, actually. And, when she's singing in St. Petersburg in Moscow, people will queue up to buy the tickets for her. She comes to the medical camp. She speaks fairly good English, so we sometimes need the interpreter. But she selected only one thing. She will take a broom and clean the floor and clean the toilet. After cleaning the toilet, she will put an agarbatti there. So one day I was passing by, I said, why you put the agarbatti? He said, you never know if Swami comes. The smell is not so good, and I don't think Swami will like that spray. And ecology, Swami talks about the ecology, agarbatti. So when she goes to Puttaparthi, she will bring the agarbatti. Can you see simple love of the people? So I ask her, why do you select every year this thing? He says, Dr. Upadhyay, during the year, I've been called to many places to sing and all those things. People come for the autograph and all those things. My ego builds. I try to wash my ego by doing this job, because there nobody recognizes, because I've got a mask all the thing. You can learn for each and everyone from there. This is the most amazing thing. So there is a question before I show this medical camp for our youngsters there. A question for you. What do you think, who possibly will be the youngest person who has participated in a medical camp? What age? Independently.
14 years old, 13 years old.
Well done. How about you? What do you think? I'm going further down, so you're a bit younger. You think? I'll tell you, this is a most touching story, and the parents should think that they should always encourage the children at a very young age. I have been doing the medical camp in Russian-speaking country almost for more than 25 to 30 years. Something I can't remember when I started. So this is so I have got one interpreter. After about 2-3 camps, she has become my permanent interpreter, actually. And she is the one who has translated lots of Swami's books into Russian. Amazing lady. She teaches English, so she speaks very nicely, and they do the training. And the training doesn't go, you just simply can't just go to the medical camp and you have got about 30 interpreters for you, because they go to the training. The person who is going to work with the eye specialist, that person has to go a small course online to find out what are the, medical words to be translated into Russian, you get the nice place. The one who is working with the pediatrician, they have to go this small course. So they will sit with the doctors and then interpreter teach them. So this is big process which go now. So, and some of the distances are quite far actually. When you go there, there are more than 60 miles. And so one morning, I was going for the medical camp, and we were just getting into the car. The discipline is fantastic. Previous morning, because you can't read, everything is written in Russian. Previous night, they have made the chart, which doctor, which pharmacist, which kitchen person, and which interpreter will be in which car. So you exactly go there, and within minutes you are dispersed. And can you imagine if somebody sits into wrong car, a wrong interpreter, things has gone. But it goes like absolutely with great precision. That is, I learned so much from them. So that was one fine morning. We see everybody says Sai Ram, and they all went. This little 8-year-old boy came, and he got hold of my white coat. And he said, I also want to come to the medical camp. He spoke English. And this girl, who is my interpreter, the mother, she felt very bad because she's out of discipline. That boy should be in Bal Vikas and everything. And on that medical camp, the person who is in the zone in charge of the whole Russia, all the Russian-speaking country, his name is Valery. He was with me, and he is a very stern man, like, typical army man. You can't, A can't become B, B can't become C. It is A is A, B is B. So he very strict. No, Vladimir, you go to the Bal Vikas class. He won't leave my coat and nothing. And at that time, you see, little boy. So I said, Valery, let him come. When another car comes and all those things, we can send him if he doesn't like. He said, no, nothing is coming. We are taking the food. We will come only 10 o'clock. Sometimes my camp in those places finish very, very late in the night. And it's quite far away. What he will do? Here, they've got Bal Vikas classes. They will eat something. Then they've got football, or they've got, they try to keep them engaged. They take to the, central square, they call. These Bal Vikas children will sing and display. So they attract the local people, and they try to display some of the Swami's message on the board and all those things. And they sing beautiful bhajans into people to give the Swami's message. That was their job when they were teachers. And this fellow will not leave. And that was a difficult thing. And this girl was so worried that Valery will be very angry. But I said, let's see whatever happens. Let us take. Now, luckily, sometime my words works. Valery said, Doctor, it will be very difficult. I said, Valery, just strive. There must be this. We'll see how it goes. So we went. It was quite far away. So I told him that you know good English, so you do one thing. When people come for the registration, you just do one thing. The name is written in Russian, you put in English. So when we call, we know who is calling, whether it is a Boris, or it is Natasha, or it is Olga, whatever the name is, one thing. And number two, just write down, but that person is for pediatrics, or it is for gynecology, or it is for eyes, or it is for ENT, or it is for dentist, whatever. So that when it comes to our English speakers volunteer, they know where this person is going. He was very happy. He sat down and started doing. About 12:30, 1 o'clock, one of the volunteers came and he says, Doctor, this boy has not even taken a sip of water, not taken a biscuit, or he has not even gone to the loo. So I was a bit worried. We left about 8 o'clock and it's 4.5 hours. So I said, okay. So I went to the registration desk. I said, Vladimir, why you are not drinking and why? He said, no, registration was outside. And, we were working there. He said, Uncle, you have gone inside. If I go to Russian, probably Rajesh, they don't have that concept of the loo as toilets and other things like that. In our first camp, actually, we used to dig 3 holes there. When it is filled, you move to another 3 holes. So they got outside a wooden sort of plank, and you go into there. And then you have to enter. So he said, nobody knows me, and you ask me to sit down, they will not allow me. If I drink the water or eat something, I may have to go to the loo. So I don't want to do. That is the dedication of that boy was. I think Jean Messi Swami has asked him to make the documentary. He asked this boy that, and he came whole day he stayed. I said, nobody will say, I'll give you a little badge and nobody will allow you go and drink. After the medical camp finished, Jean asked him that, what is the message? He said, Swami has bestowed you with the love. Your job is to give the love to the other people. 8-year-old boy. Can you imagine? He, of course, he said first in Russian and translated. This is what age is. And story doesn't finish there. When he was 12 years old, he went to Prashanti Nilayam. Swami called him, materialized a ring, put in his hand. He says, very good seva, I love you. Can you imagine? From there, because he continued, this is what, wherever you do the work, Swami is watching you. Swami is looking what motive you have got. So this is such a wonderful story. Time is short, but I just wanted to show this recent medical camp we have done. Rajeshwar was telling that when 1,500 people register, and so this is a small clip about, I've put it about 5 or 6 minutes. Can we start?
In March 2025, the Sri Sathya Sai Organisation UK CIO embarked on a remarkable journey of service and compassion. Over 60 dedicated volunteers travelled to Nepal, determined to make a meaningful impact. They reached 3 hard-to-access regions, Siddharthnagar, Pokhara, and Bharatpur, bringing hope, healing, and love to those in need.
Why do we need the medical camp? The reason is today affordability of the medical care is getting very difficult, and for some people it is impossible. Many people cannot afford to travel to cities to get the care because they will lose their day's earning, which is very essential for feeding their family and keeping them alive. Taking medical care to their doorsteps not only help poverty-stricken villagers, but also helps medics to understand their basic problems and root causes of the illness and other challenges. It is a learning curve for all the volunteers and medics to develop the tolerance and patience to provide free, expert-loving care.
Sairam, the UK medical team is here at Chitwan. We're carrying out a medical camp at this Bharatpur municipality, and it's such a wonderful experience to see so many patients coming in to get themselves checked. Thank you to the UK team for coming over here. We are really overwhelmed, and for the effort, the dedication, the sincerity they have shown. I know it's Bhagwan's blessing that they have come over here, and Bhagwan is going to bless everyone, all of us.
Hi Ram, my name is Shruti. I'm one of the pediatric doctors. My experience so far working on this medical camp has been amazing. The first few days there was a lot of need in triage, so I actually moved from pediatrics to triage and got to see a massive volume of patients. Some of them have walked for miles and miles to come and see us, so it was really humbling to see that.
Across just 4 incredible days, the team served more than 5,000 people, averaging over 1,000 individuals each day. Their efforts led to more than 15,000 clinical reviews, ensuring thorough, personalised care for every patient. Over 500 hospital referrals were made, connecting patients to the critical follow-up treatments they required. More than 500 pairs of glasses were distributed, giving the gift of clear vision to many. And an astounding 15,000 medicines were dispensed, easing pain, treating illness, and offering new hope.
Before, during, and after the camp, all of us feel united, dedicated, and serve with love and compassion. After the camp, we feel the satisfaction, bliss, and happiness.
यहाँ पर जो है हम इसलिए आए कि यहाँ के डॉक्टर और जगह कराए, हमको विश्वास नहीं हुआ, यहाँ पर आए, अच्छा जानकारी, अच्छा हुआ, हमको विश्वास हो गया, अब हम अच्छा हो जाएंगे.
Hi, I'm Sheetal. I'm part of the ultrasound team. I'm the ultrasonographer. The patients are amazing. They're so kind. They're very patient. There are lots of issues here, but they're fine. You know, not that many complications. There are other 2 times I've been on the camp, numerous number of people have come. Today is a steady flow, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great way of doing this work.
The volunteers' compassion went beyond the medical tents. Over 9,000 meals were lovingly prepared and served throughout the camp, ensuring that no one went hungry. Children in need received 50 sets of school uniforms, footwear and warm jackets, helping to brighten their futures. In a gesture of environmental care, Rudraksha tree saplings were distributed to 200 families, planting the seeds for a greener tomorrow. Each of these families also received blankets, providing warmth and comfort for the months ahead. And to support education for years to come, 10 laptops were gifted to the Sri Sathya Sai Ashreva initiative.
अनिरुद्ध यादव
कहिले आउनुभयो यता कतिखेर आउनुभयो
मैले यहाँ 7:30 बजे
जाँच कस्तो भयो कस्तो लाग्यो अनुभव त्यति भने
जाँच त राम्रै लाग्यो राम्रै गइरहेको छ
अनुभव कस्तो भयो त्यही
ठिकै भयो अनुभव ठिकै भयो व्यवस्थित हुनुभयो आँखाको अपरेसन गर्न भन्नु भएछ
हजुरको नाम
सकुन्तला पासी
कहाँदेखि आउनुभयो
जांच कराया अलगा ही बीमारी के कि कवन बीमारी हो ओके जांच करा के दवाई ली अलगा ही
जांच गर्नुभयो
हाँ जांच
कस्तो लाग्यो
ठीक लाग्यो हाँ ठीक छ
खुसी हुनुहुन्छ
हाँ खुसी हुन्छ
साईराम हामी चाहिँ परासी चाहिँ सेन्टरबाट आएको अनि आजको कार्यक्रम एकदम राम्रो सराहनीय भयो एकदम खुसी लाग्यो यस्तै गरेर कार्यक्रमहरू सधैँ चाहिँ आइरहेको हामी सेवामा आएको हामी सेवा गर्न पाए धेरै खुसी लाग्यो आजको सेवा गर्न पाएकोमा हजुर थ्यांक यू
This was more than just a medical camp. It was a demonstration of love in action, of selfless service, unity, and the boundless spirit of giving. On behalf of all of the volunteers and the Sri Sathya Sai Organisation UK, thank you to everyone who made this unforgettable mission possible. Jai Sai Ram.
I wanted to apologize actually, and I have written to Global Council also at Nepal to correct this medical camp, because I do not call the medical camp by UK or America, because it is a teamwork. We had got Nepalese team, bigger than us, and we have got a team from America as well, and a lot of members from Gael family who was in the medical camp as well. So you can well imagine, so I told them from future, please do not call it a medical camp by A country or B country, just call simply it is a medical camp by the Swami. The Swami's medical camp or Sai Medical Camp. And I'm very happy to say this is the first time I got the confirmation. From now onward they will call only Sai Camp, not the medical camp by A country or B country, because it brings the partition to that one. So this is just want to show you that house. And there was, you saw that gentleman who was a sadhu in the, orange thing. This man had a condition. He came from India. He has a condition, actually, everybody has said it is not curable. When he saw that, everybody has got a Swami's picture, and some people had on their table Ganesh picture, somebody has got Lord Venkatesha, people have got individual thing. Suddenly he asked one of the volunteers, why you keep the God's picture? And that volunteers explained to him, because, the person went to the person who could not speak very good Hindi, so that's why we have got the interpreter. He said, here the doctors diagnose, but God heals. This volunteer's word. This fellow bowed down, he said, I will be now healed. That faith which our volunteers and doctors bring to the people, that we are not we are the instrument in the Lord of, in the hand of the Lord. And that's why it works miracle. And it goes away, and because of time, I just want to say that it is not only how Swami sometime create the things for you to change the faith of the people. We were working far in Africa, that is in 1986 actually, this is the place somewhere in Ghana. And we went to the small team was taken, and some of the places were that far that you cannot travel by road. So the Air Force was very kind enough to give the small planes to take us from A to B. That is how the Swami's impact in Africa is, that how much the government comes. Not only they open the doors in the hospital. Can you imagine somebody goes and say that I want to take your department? Many of you are doctors. Who will allow the foreign doctors to just go into the clinic? Probably Rajeshwari, remember, they open the hospital for you and say, this is your department, you do. They give entire file and access to everything. This is the trust because of him, the Lord. Because years and years they have seen that how much love, cure, and present days technology Swami provide to these people, because it becomes a cycle in which you keep on seeing the new and new things are coming there. And then ultimately it brings the transformation in the place where we are working. So this is the story on the Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast, probably Rajeshwari, remember, is a very famous place, unfamous place, I'll say. There is a fly called tsetse fly, and that calls a river blindness. So whole village, scores of people are blind actually. So we were asked to do a little survey and to find out how many actually the blind people. So one of the team, the volunteers were not medics, they were just trying to find out, because government has bestowed that one. Swami's instruction were, because when you are working in Africa, the jungle, because there are all sorts of things. So they say by 4 o'clock you should finish the medical camp. So there is enough daylight. These villagers who has come from many, many miles, they can reach home in the daylight. So they are not, endangered by reptiles and scorpions and sometimes some wild animals. So we have to follow that discipline. So we were finishing about 4 o'clock. We have seen the last patient, and volunteers started packing the things. And as we are packing the things, almost I am trying to put my instrument. And so as we are just going down, suddenly a lady in her 20s walks with a baby. Baby must be about 4 weeks or 3 weeks old. And looking at the baby, I knew what the problem. Both the eyes were absolutely full of pus. You could not see the eyes. Looking at the baby, I realized what the problem was. I knew what the treatment was, but neither we had the treatment, because this has got a very specific medicine, has to be freshly prepared and to be implemented. Otherwise, it is not possible. At that time, I said, Swami, why last minute you are sent this patient here? We know we cannot do anything. If we had gone and that lady has come, at least I would not have seen. My conscience will not be like that. After seeing the patient, I could not do anything. And that lady said in her own language, in her local language, and the way the volunteer translated, I had the tear. He said, please do whatever you do, please save the eye of my child. My husband has left and gone away. Now, this is only my hope. Those people who are doctors, this condition called ophthalmia neonatorum, this is a disease, it's a condition. You get the infection during the birth passage. And there is a treatment, but most of the people do not have the access to treatments. Many of the children, they lose their eyes. Then I thought we should do something. So I told these people, let's just go the rooms. So I told one of our nurses, what we'll do, we do not have anything, specific drops and all those things. Let's crush some penicillin tablets, put into the distilled water, and you start putting into the eye, and let us see what happens. And so this nurse looks at me. This is how Swami's message says, Doctor, you always say, the Swami has told you in the very first medical camp, don't do anything what you won't do for your mother, father, and children. Would you treat your child with this way? Compromise? How Swami's message come from where, but he will not let you do wrong thing. Then I remember Swami's famous word, if you do not have anything, refer the case to me. So I took the vibhuti just from my pocket and just put on the forehead of the baby, and I don't know why I put asked a nurse to put on the forehead of the mother elsewhere. At this very second, the driver comes from the truck and bring a box, and he said, Doctor, where should I put this bag? Because it says keep in cool places. So I looked at the box, nicely packed and things. He said, we don't have this. We did not bring this. Is not my box. He said, it has got your name on it. And Swami's system of taking the medical camp is that whenever you go, you make the list. Each and every box will have that list to avoid the custom problem. These people will see that this is the list, what are the things in the box. They may open one thing and check and say, otherwise you can't open 30, 40 boxes every time, it will delay the timing. So Swami's discipline is perfect. Don't put anything extra, even a needle in that box, so that otherwise it'll bring the bad name to the organization. So we follow very strictly packing and everything. And the boxes are coded, like to find out. The green box is for gynecology, pink box is for the children. So different coding, so you can see which box has to go where. And I look at the list, nothing of that sun. I said, you are standing cool in, how long it has been the truck standing in the sun? So whatever it is. He said, I don't know, sir, because I was sitting in front and you were sitting. He said, you knew that there is nothing in between us. So that said, just see and open. You won't believe. That is the drops which we needed, freshly prepared, as if it is sent directly from there. Naturally, the treatment is started, and probably the treatment is very simple, that you have to put the drops every minute for 20 minutes, then every 5 minutes for 1 hour. It was a whole day's process of all those things. We took that lady to the guest house where we were staying there. We kept a whole night and all those things. About 11 o'clock in the night, with the great effort of that nurse who did not even blink, was doing this treatment, you could see the little eyeball. The pus started cutting everything. Then when I went to Puttaparthi, Swami says, did you like the Sai service? Faster than DHL. You thought, put the vibhuti, and it came there. Jai Sai Ram. Thank you. I'd love to have the question from the young people, actually. That will be lovely, because you are the people, actually, I'm looking. I have got 4th generation coming for the medical camp. The last medical camp, when I had a boy whose father brought the baby who was born just to our house and said, Dr. Upadhyay, can you bless so this child become a doctor? And he came to the medical camp as a doctor in Nepal. Can you imagine? This is what exactly. So this is a great honor for me to see when that youngsters are joining, and you look at them with the love and the vigor and the faith in Swami when you work. It is for us the joy. So I'll be very happy if there is any question from you.
Well done. Well done. This is what exactly it is. And one thing
I'd like to clarify this thing. Don't think that you're a medical person. Medical camp success does not depend on the doctors. You saw the crowd there. If you have got 1,500 patients to be seen at that time, queuing up from 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, doctors sit happily inside the room seeing the patient. One patient goes at a time. These people at the door or wherever they are sorting out, they have to face that crowd, the most difficult job. So Swami has said, success of the medical depends on the general volunteers, how they manage the whole show. So this is a myth that medical camp is done by the doctors. If the volunteers are not there, you cannot do anything. Just to give you an example, actually, jokingly Swami says to this once day, oh, very nice, arrange operations and all those things and whatnot, very good. What happens if the patient is on the table, anesthetist doesn't turn up? Because there is no driver to bring him. What answer you can give? Until somebody brings him to the operation theater, how you'll do the operation? Until somebody takes you, like, our wonderful Sarthis, we call Sanatan Sarthi Swami, and our Sarthis who takes to A and B. If they are not there, how can you conduct them? Each and every person is so important. Swami says it is a teamwork. Doctors cannot take the credit. They are the last person to be appreciated because they work in great comfort. These are the people work in the scorching sun and extreme cold. Wherever you are working, it depends. This is where in tsunami, in earthquake, we have seen extreme conditions. You know, when we go to these places immediately after Swami has trained us to how to work in the disaster area. People are working, most of the people, where the media is. Swami's instruction, you go to villages where nobody has gone there. There was one boy, for 12 hours he did not drink or anything because he was in the village, because there was nothing there, everything is broken. His job was, there was a little tube, he was feeding a child. This is in Gujarat, in Kamban, where the work happened. Constantly putting, with a thin tube he found out somewhere, there was a child stuck with alone, he could not do anything. He was just feeding till the main team came, and then we got the people to remove the rubble, and the child was saved. If this volunteer was not there, that child would not have been saved. So this is what prayer, constantly he was praying and hoping that whatever he has got little to keep that child alive. And what he was doing throughout? Can you imagine what he was throughout all these hours? Any guess? He was singing. He was just singing Swami. Bhajan, because he has to be kept, energy. And he simply said, if it is not for the bhajan, I don't think I would have got that strength to do. So how important it is. It's a teamwork. From bhajans, you get the strength that volunteers help you to do the things. And ultimately, his blessings solves the problem. And when you leave, you can see, probably many of the people who have been in the medical camp, you can see the people are simply lining up where your bus is going, but they got that tear of joy in their heart. And they all say, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. The whole thing echoes with Sai Ram. So this is what actually in your hand, to take the glory of the Sai to the village, and you bring the story of Sai to tell your people. Sai Ram.
Thank you so much, Dr. Upadhyay. That was one more big hand. I can relate a lot of experiences through my own experiences in the medical camp. No, I don't want to. I'm not saying.
One, at least one. That would be joy for me to listen. Just one instance.
So quickly,
Yes.
because I take only a few seconds. Quickly, because me being a podiatrist, so I was a little child in the GH hospital, and he's diabetic, type 1 diabetic. He's maybe 12 years old, and he didn't have any chappals or anything. And he ran out. His mother told me, when he ran out of the room after we treated it, and with the bandages, his mother, just whispered in my ears that he doesn't have chappals or something. So I, because I was so busy, did not pay as much attention, even though I heard it. Like 2-3 minutes later, I was done. He was the last one, so I was walking out, and he's playing with his bandages, and I'm saying, oh my God, this is, bad. So I just, because he's a boy and I have a small feet as well, so I just gave my chappal. I said, just go, and the mother says, but I said, don't worry, just go. Next day, he brought an apple, and it's very expensive for them to, buy an apple. And he was like, Dr. Rahman, I got a dream, and I have to give it to you. And I was tearing up. I said, why would you give me an apple? I felt so bad, actually. Not that why would he give me an apple. I felt bad that what did I do? I didn't do anything, because he said he was in so much pain. Look, he's wearing those chappals, and he was so much in pain that yesterday he's not any pain anymore. So he was very happy. So I know that Swami takes care of them. And thank you so very much, bringing me back my memories. And thank you. Quickly, we will ask Lalit Bhai to.
Sairam, thank you, Doctor, for giving us such a wonderful discourse. I will request brother to come and give a token of our appreciations. Please come.
Dr. Father, please, this token of love.
You know, I like to give one of the message of Swami. Rather than this, Swami said, try to collect the love from everyone. That will give this strength. Be with me forever. So please, that is a better gift. But I take this as your love.
You also got our love.
We need your love.
You also got our love.
Thank you very much. Like you mentioned, Dr. Upadhyay, like you mentioned, Dr. Upadhyay, we must thank the Sarathis who had brought you. So please, Pratibha.
Take a picture. Take a picture.
And
Stand.
Pradosh, little love from us.
Yes, you give me the best thing that I can. You know what, like you would say.
Yeah, I'll just
Plan this for.
Yes.
No, just one picture, please. Yeah. Wonderful.
Picture. Anybody has a camera?
Yes, yes.
Taking it.
You can.
While you are doing this picture, can I share
Yes.
Swami's joke to all of you? Probably
Yes.
must have heard. Some of the, Swami for some of the people in an interview, and Swami said, it is so wonderful to see husbands and wife and all those things. You know what the wife is? She is the knife in your life. You can see the smile on the faces of man. Swami paused for a minute and said, she shapes your life. So,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
ॐ ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महवेत् ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्मसमाधिना अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्तजना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपद्बान्धवा ॐ जय साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगलारति अंजुको मंगलारति अंजुको मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय, शिरडी साई महाराज की जय, साई माता जी की जय। परमं पवित्रं भावाविभवं